You know that feeling when someone leaves and you suddenly feel kind of off? Let's say your husband leaves on a business trip, or your daughter goes back to college after the weekend, or your sister visits for a few days, and the moment she gets on the plane, you feel a hole in your stomach. Logically, you know everything is fine, people are supposed to leave, but your body doesn't feel fine. The house feels too quiet. Then your chest feels heavy, you get restless, emotional, anxious, and before you even realize it, you're heading to the refrigerator to grab something, scrolling on your phone, or doing anything to avoid sitting with that feeling of discomfort. It's not random, it's usually an old fear of abandonment getting triggered. In this week's episode, number 111, we talk about why this happens and share the 3 most important things that can really guide you. First, why fear of abandonment affects so many of your relationships. Second, why looking to other people for safety never really feels that empty feeling inside. And third, how to build real emotional safety within yourself so you can feel peaceful even when you're alone. If you're tired of feeling anxious or empty every time someone leaves, this episode was made for you. Come listen. It might be exactly what you need right now. Welcome back to Baggage Begun, Healing Hearts and Minds. I'm Tammy Machmali, and today's episode 111, we are diving into something that affects so many of us, something we often carry silently, but we rarely fully understand or talk about. Today, I want to explore the fear of abandonment, the emotional attachment, and the role that our ego play here. How to stop looking for emotional safety through other people. We will talk about why this happens, what the real root causes are, and how the ego protects the old wounds, and most importantly, how to build a true inner home for ourselves so we feel safe even when people leave. This conversation has the power to change something in you. Maybe the way you experience relationships, maybe to relieve some of the anxiety, the loneliness, and even the relationships you have with yourself. I hope you're going to stay until the end to hear more about the tools. And again, I'm really grateful that you're here. Thank you for supporting this podcast. Thank you for listening every week and liking, commenting, and following. Thank you so much. One thing I've learned through years of helping people clear mental and emotional baggage using subconscious healing, hypnosis, nervous system work, and energy work is this. Sometimes the adult can look calm on the outside, while the inner child still feels emotionally alone. Let me know if you can relate, because this is exactly how I felt for the longest time. That inner child gets activated every time we experience closeness with someone, and then the closeness goes away, disappears. This is why some people panic when relationship shifts, change because of seasons, because of life circumstance, and why it's really painful. We can overthink it, we can feel that people are distancing themselves, and why they feel emotionally that they were dropped from this closeness. And why suddenly they feel empty when people leave or life changes. Remember, our body reacts as if it's under threat and needs to survive, because our subconscious mind job is to keep us safe and protected. So every change that we are going through, our mind might receive as danger. So an important reminder here, this doesn't mean you're weak or dramatic or broken. It usually means that your nervous system learned early in life that emotional connection equals safety and emotional distance equals danger. And that usually happens when we go through early childhood without having adults around that can explain what we're going through. Let's say someone died early on. Let's say you were picked up from school too late, or a very close friend of you just moved to a different city when you were young and you didn't know how to deal with that. Or you lost your pet. You have to move to a new city and you didn't get to see your old friends. For many of us, because of this early experience, we felt that love and connection felt inconsistent growing up because we went through all these things. There may have been emotional absence because all of a sudden whatever we had just stopped. It might be criticism, tension, instability, or feeling unseen. A lot of people that went through the experience of moving cities, homes, schools can feel that. Some of us had to become strong too early because we just needed to do that to survive. Others learned to suppress their emotions to keep the peace at home or at school or not to be bullied. Many of us felt emotionally abandoned even while we were living with families because things might happen when we were not ready or there were no conversation around them, and now we're feeling like that every time something finishes without us being prepared, it might be dangerous for us. Our nervous system adapts and learns that if people stay close, I'm safe. There are a lot of misconceptions that we might learn early on, and we just made stories to keep us safe. And the story might be, if people stay close, I'm safe. But if people pull away or they go away and they disappeared or whatever, I'm not okay. And those are like limiting beliefs that we program in our subconscious mind. And I did that for the longest time because I moved early on from Iran when I was 5 years old to Israel. My father passed away very early when I was 14 years old. I moved to a boarding school after my father passed away. So all these changes, I wasn't ready for them. I was too young. There were no conversation. It was a survival thing that we had to do. So I translated that I'm not safe, and I get very anxious when people leave all of a sudden. As adults, we might unknowingly look for emotional stability through our relationships. When we get attention, approval, reassurance, when someone right away texts us, we feel the closeness to this validation and feeling needed. That might be something that we call, oh, we have relationship, we are safe. Here I want to talk about the ego. Most people think ego means arrogance, I'm proud. But spiritually and psychologically, the ego is much deeper than we're aware of. The ego is the part of us that tries desperately to protect our old emotional wounds. There is also a healthy ego. So the ego constantly may ask, do they love me? If we went through traumatic experience as children, or we don't know how to deal with this feeling that we were abandoned, the ego might ask, if you don't see people around you, or there is a pause, or people don't text you fast enough or call you, because you're not seeing it, you think they're not there. So you ask yourself, do they still love me? Am I still important? Why they didn't call? Or why are they distant? Did I do something wrong? Am I being rejected? And that might be over a very small thing that happened. Maybe you saw your friend and she didn't say hi to you. You know, sometimes I'm not wearing my glasses. So when I go to public events, sometimes I see people and I don't see them because I'm not wearing my glasses. But they call me and they are like, are you okay? You didn't say hi. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't wear my glasses, so I didn't see you. So there are a lot of things that are happening that we are translating to what we want because we have this old story. So I'm going back to talk about the ego. The ego's job is to protect us. So it tries to create safety through some control. Old stories, attachments, people-pleasing, overthinking, chasing a validation, reassurance, and needing this emotional certainty to feel good. But here's the problem. When we wait for other people's approval, to see us, to matter, other people can never permanently regulate this emptiness that we feel inside us if we didn't fill it up with real foundations. And let me say that again, because this is one of the deepest truths in healing, in changing your life, in gaining self-esteem. People can love you really deeply and still not be responsible for your life, for healing the inner emptiness that you feel. If we continue seeking other people's validation, approval to feel good, it's not going to happen. Anyways, it's not going to be long lasting because at the end of the day, people change, we change. Many of us are not just looking for love and connections in relationships and just intimate friendships. We are looking for home in other people, meaning we're waiting for them to be our mothers, sisters, caregivers. And that translates to safety, comfort, belonging, grounding, and emotional security. So when someone leaves, our nervous system reacts as if this home, this illusional home itself, has disappeared. That's why you might feel a hole in your stomach, tightness in your chest, like panic, emptiness, obsessive thoughts, or deep anxiety after this closeness finished, disappeared, or is not there. It's like it's faded. And for me, for the longest time, I couldn't point the finger. Every time my husband went to China or out of town, I will have this sinking emptiness feeling in my stomach until I figured this out after a few times that I wasn't okay. I lost weight when he was leaving. I was fainting. I wasn't taking care of myself. And I realized that it's the abandonment issue that I have from early childhood. It's probably started at the age 5 when we moved from Iran to Israel. And I didn't really pay attention to that because I was really functioning. And then I realized that I need help to take care of it and grow out of it and feel okay when people are not there for me the way I want them to be. Dr. Basil van der Kolk explains in his book, The Body Keeps the Score. Our body stores unresolved emotional experiences. I will call it mental and emotional baggage, even if we have situations that are happening later on, because it can reactivate those same survival responses. So true shift, true recovery, true healing is not just positive thinking or affirmations. It's diving deeper, finding the root cause of this problem that are oftentimes stored in the subconscious mind, in our nervous system. And then when we find the reason, when we find the root, and we learn the lesson, we can reprogram these old stories so they no longer activate us or become triggers. It is really important here to learn emotional regulations and how to soothe ourselves so we can feel safe within ourselves without needing other people to do it for us. This is where real spiritual growth begins. I talk a lot about the forgiveness, about breathing, about stopping and grounding yourself. Those things really work and they're important. I'm not talking about you becoming emotionless or you stopping needing other people and isolating yourself. But what I'm talking about is stopping the pattern of abandoning yourself in emotional pain and constantly looking outside for the solution, thinking that other people can save you, rescue you. That's what I did for the longest time. One of the deepest spiritual lessons is this: you are loved because you are part of God and creation. You are whole. We are the ones who are looking at ourselves like something missing. When you look at yourself, knowing that God is always with you, you're whole, the same way we don't question or criticize flowers or trees. You can love others deeply without losing yourself or something is missing in you because you have uncomfortable feeling. You can feel emotions without collapsing when someone leaves or life changes. You can experience loneliness without leaving your needs and waiting for others to fulfill this emptiness so you feel safe. You can stay connected to other people without making them your emotional oxygen, your hero, your home. When I did this ego work, it changed a lot for me. I had this moment that I could pause and understand that I have myself and I no longer need to go eat over it, watch TV, numb myself. It really helped me to see relationships more realistically without placing unrealistic expectation on other people, waiting for them to rescue and save me. Now, fear of abandonment as an adult is really just about right now. I want you to look at if something comes up, try to dive in to see when it started, what was the root of this feeling. If it's the sadness, anger, hurt, shame, guilt, all of them might be in the same pocket when you feel abandonment. It is about some event from the past where you felt unsafe, and only you can tap into it. If you come to me and we work together, you will have the answers. Because the present right now is simply activating that older pain, this older mental and emotional baggage. That's why sadness after someone is leaving can feel disproportional to what really happened. And why you might feel emotionally dropped or empty after experiencing this kind of closeness. My sister left last week and I felt like I can't function. And right away I knew why. I had to go in, dive inside myself and balance myself. It took 2 days to ground myself, to feel my feelings, to write about that and not call 911 or ask someone else to save me. I also need to do the work, the same work I'm talking about. Because the adult mind says, everything is fine. But the nervous system, the inner child might say, I'm alone again. They left me. Even though that it might be as an adult, my sister said goodbye. She had to go back home to Israel. My husband just goes to his business trips and I know that he's going to come back. But my mind, the old story that is stored in my subconscious mind, might tell me that I'm not safe because when I was a little girl, we moved and it was so scary and painful for me because I couldn't see my grandparents for 8 years. And I basically lost a lot of the things that were very comfortable for me. And here is the hopeful part. Your nervous system can really heal easily and effortlessly. And I've seen it again and again in my work with other people. Thanks to our neuroplasticity, emotional patterns and survival responses can change through repetition. Meaning, if you have the awareness of what's happened, you learn to regulate yourself and learn the lesson and be mindful about that, you can feel the shift. You can experience healing and rewire your subconscious mind by reprogramming yourself and reframing all these stories. Now, if you cannot do it yourself, I would love to talk to you so you can give me a call and we can discuss how we can do it in few sessions easily and effortlessly. Remember, if you feel stuck in the abandonment stories of your childhood, I want you to know that there are tools that you can use easily and effortlessly to let go of these old stories patterns. Now, healing requires diving deeper to discover and address the root cause of the problem. Sometimes we are still waiting for others to give us the permission, the emotional safety we didn't fully receive earlier in our life. Grieving what was missing with compassion without blaming, shaming, or feeling like a victim is the deeper work. And I really encourage you to do that and look at that. I personally had to face parts of me that felt emotionally alone from a very young age, and I told you about that before. Discovering at age 5 in Iran that my dad was older and my dying was scary for me. Moving to Israel, losing daily connection with my grandparents and uncles, starting first grade, not knowing anyone, and feeling really lonely. I was too young to understand my feelings at that time. And now I have the tools to understand that if something today is too triggering, it's because something happened in my childhood. What we avoid emotionally continue to control us subconsciously. And once we stop running from our truth, we can experience the real lasting healing. And it's possible. So what we can actually do? First of all, pause when you feel triggered. When you experience fear or hurt, pause before you react. Feel it instead of immediately assuming you're being abandoned, rejected, or alone. Don't panic and don't chase anyone. Text, call, overeat, drink, scroll, or create stories in your head. Just pause. Breathe, and breathe more. And you can place your hand on your heart and say to yourself, and this is what I do, I really feel fear right now, but I have myself. I'm here with me. I'm here. You're not alone. Everything is okay with us. Everything is okay. Everything is okay with me. And repeat it at least 3 times until your body is relaxed. This will regulate your nervous system. And this is what the tools that I use myself. Second, learn to stay with yourself. Instead of abandoning yourself now as an adult, And if you do that, you will teach your children, your friends, and others how to do that too. Stop running away from discomfort through phones, food, distractions, drama, trauma, or emotional dependency. Sit with yourself and say, I'm here with me. I'm okay. Third, build a consistent relationship with God. That's one of the tools that saved my life. This inner connection with God, with Hashem. Not just when you need something, not but God, please give it to me. I need the car, I need the house, I need da. Talk to God freely. Ask Him to remove your ego, to help you, to trust, to become emotionally grounded and confident within your body, to feel connected to yourself and recognize the gift you are to the world, to see your contribution, your health, the people that love you. Sometimes we are blind to see the gifts. This relationship with God has transformed my life and the lives of so many others. And I really invite you, if you don't do it already, it will bring so much certainty into your life. Try it. It's powerful. Fourth, build an inner home. I invite you to create emotional stability within yourself through consistent daily practices like prayer, meditation, respecting yourself, grounding, gratitude, taking actions toward your purpose, your goals, your dream, setting healthy boundaries, relaxing your nervous system, regulating yourself. Try hypnosis, energy work, and choosing meaningful relationships. And if you need structure, I've created a free workbook with powerful morning routines. It's 37 amazing, beautiful pages that I give all my clients for free. You can download it from my website. I will also leave the link in the show notes so you can find it printed. Just read it on your phone. Eventually, your soul will stop chasing and begging others to be the emotional home that you never fully had or experienced. And that's really powerful. Share these tools with someone that might need it. I have so many people that calling me because they feel abandoned, they feel lonely. And if today's episode resonated with you, please know you're not alone. There are so many people that are going through this experience. I myself had to go through this healing, and I am still doing the work. Remember, your nervous system is simply learned to survive in order to protect you. And now you can begin shifting, transforming, reframing those old stories that no longer serving you. And if you want support diving deeper with your subconscious healing, releasing this mental and emotional baggage, abandonment, and building emotional safety, please reach out. Let me know. I would love to discuss that with you. This work is powerful. I'm not just saying it. I've seen it. It has the power to transform yourself, your relationships, letting you out of this anxiety and stuckness and cultivating self-worth, health, and the entire way you experience life. Now, before we end, I want to thank you so much for joining me today on the Baggage Began Healing Hearts and Minds podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember this. Healing, shifting, transforming is not becoming someone who never feels pain. In order to heal it, you want to feel it. And this will guide you to be the gift that you are to the world. The more you clear the baggage, the more you can step up to be the amazing human that God created you to be and step into your purpose. Thank you again. I will see you in the next episode. Take care and sending you so much love and light.
If you're curious and want to dive deeper, you are in the right space. I ask you to look within for all the things that you want to do, be, and have. Join me at the Baggage Began Healing Hearts and Minds podcast with new episodes every Wednesday as we discover the path towards healing and transformation.